Mr. Ngunyi, before we went for a break, you mentioned starting with the end in the mind. Kindly, elaborate more for
Starting with the end in mind is very important. In other words, that's what we call setting goals before you start. A key success factor for any business is goals. Set objectives. At the end of the year, what exactly do you want to have achieved? At the end of 2 years, the end of 5 years, because goals keep you focused.
I know our viewers are eager to know, when you talk about performance management. But before we get to that,
Yes.
passion.
Yes.
You are the boss. You are the founder of your company. Yeah? Maybe you have people who work under you.
Yeah.
But again, what are you passionate about in your area of work?
Right.
Yeah.
Very good. Good you asked that question, because passion drives excellence, and it actually drives performance.
Passion drives excellence.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you do things that you're not passionate about, then the result will be mediocre results. If you do something that you are passionate about, you don't need to be pushed by anyone. And Better People Consulting resulted is a result of passion. And speaking of which, I always encourage people to think about 3P of purpose, because many times when I talk to people about purpose, people don't know what purpose is. One of the key components of purposeful living is passion. Find out, what are you passionate about? What is it that you do that naturally flows? For me, it is people. That's why the name Better People. People and how they can become better. So, but then passion alone is not enough, especially for business. They got to be passion, then you must professionalize that passion. So the 3P of purpose are passion, profession, profitability. If you have those 3 clear, you are ready for business. You are ready to start something that is unstoppable. So what are those things? And by the way, that's one of the things we help people identify.
Okay.
So passion, very important, and my passion is people.
Oh, good. Performance management. People will be waiting for this.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Many people have goals in life.
Yes.
You hear people say, one day I want to achieve this. First of all, I tell people, there is nothing like one day.
There's nothing like.
If you're my client, never tell me one day, because it doesn't exist. Right? But you got to be clear about some goals some objectives that you want to achieve in life. And so performance management is a process of identifying those goals, identifying the strategies and actions that come to help fulfill those goals, and actually monitoring the actions and strategies that are going to happen on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, on an annual basis, to help you achieve your goals. Now, you earlier asked about why people don't achieve what they want to achieve in life, or why businesses fail. Is critical reason number 1. People do not track their performance. And that's why I say many people focus on activities, not productivity. The reason people focus on activity is because they do not measure their productivity. And this is the purpose of performance management. So what are you going to do to most efficiently and most cost effectively meet your goals and objectives? That is a process of performance management, and that's what we help businesses do, professionals do, because those are 2 major clients. A professional that wants to become better at managing their people, managing their projects, meeting their targets, or business owners that who also want to move from where they are to where they want to go, by looking critically into the actions that go into what it is that they need to meet the objectives. But now you can see the purpose of starting with the end in mind. How would you manage performance if you don't know where you are going?
Okay.
So the meandering or the process of finding the right routing to getting to where you want to go is a process, is a performance management process.
Okay, perfect. Now, Mr. Ngunyi, dimensions of life. People want to start a business. But why are these dimensions of life are crucial for people who want to be entrepreneurs?
Very good question. So you may have heard people mention some very interesting words today in the marketplace.
Yes.
Something like work-life balance.
Work-life balance.
Yes. I actually don't call it work-life balance. I'd rather that you call it work-life integration.
Work-life
Integration.
Okay.
Because if you say work-life balance, but I understand what it's meant, what people mean when they say work-life balance in workspace, it simply means then that when you're working, you're not living. Or when you're living, life is not part of work. Work is not part of life.
Okay.
Those two are the same thing. You're working, you are living. I tell people right here where you are, right on this set, you must be living and you are working at the same time. At work, you must be happy. You must experience real life as you work. Work-life integration is the real reason why I emphasize on the 7 areas of life.
Okay.
Because if you look at why, again, many people are not happy, it's because they are not balancing their life. And when they think they are doing very well, let's say, in terms of business, their family is going down. Or when they think their family is going up, is doing very well, their business or professionalism is growing. So these things got to grow in tandem. So first 7 areas that every individual must endeavor to grow and develop are the following. 1, cognition. Your cognitive component of life is very important. The way you see things, the way you interpret reality, the way you make decisions, it's very, very important. And that is heavily influenced by how much you know, how much exposure you have, and who you surround yourself with. So cognition is very, very important. How you develop and grow your mind. That's why I encourage people, read, watch constructive material, watch a program like this, go back to school, do a diploma course, do a certificate course, do a master's. You grow yourself mentally, because you don't grow mentally, then your decision-making process will also be limited. That's number 1. And remember, you are what you think, right? So if your mind and thoughts are not at par with where you want to go, then you certainly would not get there. So your mind and the way you think is very important. Number 2 is your emotional component, how you express yourself. When you are happy, how do you express yourself? When you are unhappy, how do you express yourself? When things are not going very right, how do you control yourself? So self-control becomes very important, and that is dependent on your emotional intelligence. That's component number 2. Component number 3 is your spiritual component. And your spiritual component, I'm usually quick to clarify that there is a big difference between being spiritual and being religious. Many people are religious, they are not spiritual, which makes life even worse. So we need spiritually mature individuals, and you've got to strive to be a spiritually mature individual. That is simply asking yourself, in the grand scheme of things, what is my purpose on earth? What is that one thing that my Creator created me to achieve, and I must do it? That helps you differentiate yourself. That helps you stand out instead of blending in.
And I know we have number 4,
Yes,
number 5, number 6,
yes,
number 7.
Yeah.
But my director is telling me I have to go for a short break. But have this in mind. Mr. Ngunyi is a coach, a trainer, and of course an author. He will be telling us about the books right after this short break. Keep it, Anza.